Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen wassalatu wassalam ala Imam al-Anbiya wal Mursaleen Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Allahumma arna al-haqqa haqqa wa razaqna ittiba'ah wa arna al-batila batilan wa razaqna ijtinabah. We are going to do the tafsir of Surah 10. And sorry about it's hot here in Jamaica. Is my fan offending? Is my fan disturbing the recording? You are freezing where you are, but I'm hot here in Jamaica. There's no winter here. It's all summer all year round. Is the fan okay? Authentic 35. It's not Bulugh al-Maram. Is it Tafsir of Surah 10? Okay. Bulugh al-Maram is for another time, which is 11 p.m. UK time. Now is Tafsir. Allah Ta'ala said in the surah, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Wat-tini waz-zaytun wa turi sinin wa hadha al-balad al-amin, laqad khalaqna al-insana fi ahsani taqweem, thumma radadnahu asfala safilin, illa alladhina amanu wa 'amilu s-salihati falahum ajrun ghayru mamnun. فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ. Allah Ta'ala said in Surah 95, by the fig and the olive. Allah said, I swear by the fig and I swear by the olive. Wat-tini waz-zaytun. And I swear by Mount Sinai. I swear by the city of Mecca, the city of safety and security. Verily, we created man in the best mold, the best stature. We have created man to be the noblest of our creation. We have created man to be the most noble of our creation. ثُمَّ رَادَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ السَّافِلِينَ. And then we reduce man to the lowest of the low, the most ignoble of the creation. The worst of the creation, the most ignoble. Except those who believe and work righteous deeds, for them is a reward that will never end, and that reward is paradise. Then what causes you, O disbelievers, to deny the day of resurrection? Is not Allah the best of judges? Isn't Allah the most judicious of judges? Isn't Allah the wisest judge? Allah Ta'ala swears by the fig and the olive in the surah, and Allah Ta'ala swears by many things in the Holy Quran, because He is Allah and He is the creator of everything. It is permissible for Him to swear by anything, because He is the creator of everything. But you, the creation, you are not allowed to swear by anything except Allah. So the Rasul said, Man halafa bighayrillah faqad ashraka. Anyone who swears by something other than Allah, indeed he has committed shirk. This hadith was collected by Ahmed. Man halafa bighayrillah faqad ashraka. He who swears by something other than Allah, indeed he has committed shirk. Therefore, you, the creation, you are not allowed to swear by anything except Allah Ta'ala. And when a Muslim swears, he says, Wallahi, Billahi, Tallahi. And if you swear Wallahi and you broke your Wallahi, you have to pay an atonement, and the atonement can be found in Ma'idah 89. You have to free a slave, or feed 10 poor people, or clothe them, or fast 3 days to break your wallahi. I hope I'm not going too fast. Anyway, the dars is being recorded. Allah Ta'ala doesn't swear by anything unless it is of importance to Allah and the creation. Allah would never swear by something unless it was vital, it was crucial. Why Allah swears by the sun? وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. Because the sun is important. Without the sun, we will all freeze to death. Why Allah swears by the night? وَاللَّيْلِ إِذَا يَغْشَى, because you need the night to take rest. Why Allah swears by the duha, the morning hour? That's when you leave your house to go and seek your livelihood. So you leave your house at duha to go and seek your livelihood, and the layl, the night, you use the night to take rest. Allah would never swear by something unless it was of vital importance to Allah and importance to the creation of Allah. Now in this surah, Allah Ta'ala swears by the fig and the olive. And the fig and the olive is of vital importance to man. The fig has many minerals. The fig contains vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin B2. So the fig that Allah Ta'ala swears by in this surah is very important. The fig removes kidney and urinary bladder stone. The fig is used to treat bladder stone, kidney stone, and urinary bladder stones. The fig is used to treat intestinal pain, and the fig is used to treat pile and rheumatism. One day a plate of fig was brought to the Prophet ﷺ, and he ate from it. And he said, this fruit is from the fruit of Jannah, and if I should eat any fruit, it will be this fruit, because it is from the fruit of Jannah. And he said to the Sahabas, eat fig because it is used to fight the piles and rheumatism. This hadith was related by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah in his book Zad al-Mu'ad. On the authority of Abu Darda, the Messenger of Allah ﷺ was presented with a plate of fig. He said, eat fig, and he ate some of it. Then he said, it's the fruit that descended from heaven. If I should eat a fruit of Jannah, it would have been the fig. Eat fig because it helps to fight against piles and rheumatism. Found in the book Zad Mu'ad by Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah. The fig is used to treat dyspepsia, also known as indigestion. So when a person has a problem of indigestion, the fig is used to treat that disease. Could you please undot some people for me? Zabox and the chronic hujjah. The fig is used to treat indigestion, rheumatism. Indigestion, which is known as dyspepsia, the medical term, is a medical condition where the patient feels his stomach full prematurely. His stomach is full prematurely. It's accompanied by bloating, belching, heartburn, nausea. It's associated with gastritis. It's a symptom of ulcer of the stomach. So the fig is used to treat the ulcer of the stomach as well. So Allah Ta'ala swears by the fig because of its importance to mankind. Figs are normally found in Western Asia. However, dried figs are widely available and marketed all over the world because of its importance. The fig has many minerals. The fig contains vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin B2. The fig contains calcium, iron, phosphorus, manganese, sodium, potassium, and chloride. I repeat, the fig contains many minerals. Vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin B1, vitamin B2. The fig contains calcium, iron, phosphorus, sodium, potassium, chlorine. Its health benefits include the prevention of constipation. It helps in the bowel movements and prevent constipation. The fig, when it is eaten, when it is taken with milk, it fights against anorexia, a pandemic in Western societies, with women who are obsessed with being skinny. Maybe they watch too much catwalk. That's why they are sick in their brain. You need to avoid looking at the catwalk. That's why you are sick in your brain and suffer anorexia. The fig, when taken with milk, is used to fight anorexia. The fig is used to lower the cholesterol. The fig contains pectin, a fiber. When this fiber goes through the digestive system, it cleans up the digestive system. So the fig contains pectin. So when it goes through the digestive system, it cleans up the digestive system. The fig prevents coronary heart disease. The fig contains pectin. When it is eaten, it cleans up the digestive system. The fig is used to fight coronary heart disease, because the fig contains omega-3, omega-6. These minerals, omega-3, omega-6, is used to fight the coronary heart disease. The fig is used in the fight against cancer. Because of the minerals it contains, the many minerals, it is used by doctors in the fight against cancer. And the fig is used especially to fight against breast cancer for women who reach menopause, to prevent cancer for women who reach menopause. The fig is used by the American medical experts, the doctors, to fight diabetes. The American Diabetes Association uses fig in its fight against diabetes. The fig is rich in potassium. And because the fig is rich in potassium, it controls the blood sugar level in the body. The potassium controls the blood sugar level in the body. So the doctors use the fig in their fight against diabetes. The leaves of the fig has anti-diabetic properties. The fig is used by doctors to fight sexual weakness, men who are impotent. Impotence means sexual weakness. The fig is even a treatment against food poison and other poison. The fig is rich in calcium, and because of that, it is used to fight against weak bones. The fig is rich in calcium. So because of that, it is used by doctors to fight against weak bones. And the fig is also used to fight vision loss. Because of its richness in calcium, it is used to fight against vision loss. So Allah Ta'ala swears by the fig because of its importance. And Allah would never swear by something in the Quran unless it was important. And Allah swears by the sun because the sun is important. Without the sun, we would freeze to death. The sun gives you vitamin D. Without the sun, you will all freeze to death. So whenever Allah swears by something in the Quran, Allah swears by the adiyat, the horses. It's because that creation of Allah is of importance to Allah and to mankind. Allah in this surah, not only did Allah swear by the fig, Allah also swear by the olive. It's impossible to go to a supermarket in any city and there is no olive oil in that supermarket on the shelf. Impossible. The word teen means the fig, and the zaytun is the olive. Allah swears by the fig and the olive. What teen was zaytun? The olive oil, the person taking notes, the importance of olive oil to mankind. The olive oil is used in the treatment of colon cancer, breast cancer, diabetes. The person taking notes, the importance of olive oil to mankind. The olive oil is used to fight against colon cancer. The olive oil is used to fight against breast cancer. The olive oil is used to fight against diabetes and arthritis and various heart diseases. The olive oil is used to fight against weight loss. Olive oil is used for cooking because it lowers the bad cholesterol level in the blood. Olive oil is used for cooking because it lowers the bad cholesterol level in the blood. Olive oil is used in the fight against the natural aging process. Olive oil is used to fight against the natural aging process. Olive oil boosts the metabolism and the growth of good bone structure. Olive oil boosts the metabolism and boosts the growth of good bone structure. Olive oil is an excellent source of vitamin E, which is used for older people. Olive oil is used to fight against cancer, especially the bowel cancer. The doctors use olive oil in their fight against bowel cancer. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants. And this is why it is used to fight against the natural aging process. Because it is rich in antioxidants, it is used in the fight against the natural aging process. Olive oil is used to fight against the cancer cells in the body. So in this surah, when Allah says, "Wattini wa zaytun," I swear by the fig and I swear by the olive. The reason why Allah swears by these two fruits in the Quran is because of their natural healing process. They fight against so many types of different diseases that is pandemic among mankind. No one can deny that diabetes is pandemic, cancer is pandemic. Everyone has a member of their family who died of cancer. Both the fig and the olive is used to fight against cancer. So Allah swears by these two fruits in the Quran because of their natural healing abilities for mankind. Diseases that plague mankind for many, many generations. And Allah will never swear by something unless it was of vital importance to Him and to mankind. Anything which is important to man is also important to Allah, because you are the slave of Allah. So after Allah swears by the fig and the olive because of their natural healing abilities, Wattini wa zaytun, Allah said, I also swear by Mount Sinai. Mount Sinai, the mountain in Egypt that Allah revealed the Torah to Musa. The Musa is important, the Torah is important, and the mountain where the Torah came down is also important. Musa has been mentioned so many times in the Quran. The scholar said almost the Quran was all about Musa. And he is one of the 5 strong-willed prophets. There are 5 strong-willed prophets who stood up for Tawheed. Prophet Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are called the 5 strong-willed prophets. The prophets who stood up for Tawheed. Noah, Abraham, Moses, Jesus, and Muhammad. They are called the 5 strong-willed prophets, the 5 greatest prophets. All the prophets stood up for Tawheed. Every single prophet stood up for Tawheed, but these 5, they excel above the others. How do we know all the prophets stood up for Tawheed? Because Allah Ta'ala said, وَلَقَدْ بَعَثْنَا فِي كُلِّ أُمَّةٍ رَسُولًا أَنِ اعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ وَاجْتَنِبُوا الطَّاغُوتَ. Surah 16 verse 36. There is not a single nation on earth except we sent unto it its own messenger, commanding the people to worship Allah alone and to reject faith in the Taghut. The Taghut is the false deities, and the Taghut is man-made isms and schisms. Anything which is worshipped beside Allah is Taghut. Anything which is worshipped beside Allah Ta'ala is Taghut. And then Allah Ta'ala said, I swear by this city, Holy Mecca, which is Balad Amin. And Mecca is the most holy place on earth. When the Rasul was leaving Mecca, he said, you are the holiest place on earth. If my people did not drive me out from you, I will never leave you. This hadith was collected by At-Tirmidhi. This hadith was collected by At-Tirmidhi. Abdallah ibn Adi ibn al-Hamra reported that he heard Allah's messenger saying, by Allah, yani Wallahi, you, O Mecca, are the best of Allah's land and most beloved to Him. Had I not been driven away from you, I would have never departed from you. If I ask you a question, who is the first person to tell the Prophet, the people of Mecca will drive you out? Everybody in the room can answer that question. Every single person in the room can answer the question. Who was the first person to tell the Prophet, the people of Mecca, they are going to drive you out? Do you remember when he got the revelation in the cave and he went to his wife, Khadija, Zammiluni, and she took him to Waraka ibn Nawfal, her cousin, who was an expert in the scriptures of the Jews and the Christians, and he told the Prophet, the same angel that revealed the Torah to Musa on Mount Sinai has revealed something to you. You have now become a prophet of Allah, and the people of Mecca will drive you out. And the Prophet said, Awa mukhrijiyahum. He was shocked. So he said, Awa mukhrijiyahum. Will they really drive me out? He said, never before in human history that a person comes with a message like your message, except that his own people turned against him and drive him out. Exactly as Waraka ibn Nawfal predicted, it happened. They drove him out. And when they drove him out from Mecca, he said, you are the holiest land on earth, the land which is loved by Allah. If my people did not drive me out, I will never leave you. Allah Ta'ala swore by Mecca in Surah Wat-Tin wa Zaytun because it is the holiest place on earth. And the virtues of Mecca are many. The person taking notes, the virtues of Mecca. The person taking notes, the next chapter, the virtues are the many virtues of Mecca. That's the next chapter. The many virtues of Mecca. Number 1, it's the first place in Mecca, the first masjid, the first holy place built to worship Allah and Allah alone, like Allah told you in Surah Al Imran 96, verse 96. So inside of Mecca, there is the first structure built by Abraham to worship Allah Ta'ala. So Allah said, Inna awwala baytin wudi'a lin-nas lalladhi bi Bakka mubarakan wa hudan lil alamin. Verily, the first house of worship appointed for mankind was that at Bakka, full of blessing and guidance for all of mankind. The foundation stone was laid by the angels. The angels, well, I asked my sheikhs who laid the foundation stones. I was very, very inquisitive in university. I asked my sheikhs who laid the foundation stone for Mecca, who laid the foundation stone for Medina, who laid the foundation stone for Baytul Maqdis, Masjid al-Aqsa, and they said that 2 masjids, the angels laid the foundation stones, and that is Mecca and Jerusalem. As for the Prophet's mosque, he laid the foundation stone himself. I did not leave any stone unturned. I asked the sheikhs every single question that I think was important. Even when they taught me fiqh, wash the urine of the baby girl but sprinkle the urine of the baby boy. I said, what's the difference between the urine of the baby girl and the urine of the baby boy? Why should you wash the girl and sprinkle over the boy? They told me the microbes in the baby girl is more than that of the baby boy. That's the answer they gave me. The microbes of the baby girl is more than that of the baby boy. The second virtue of Mecca is due to the dua of Abraham. Now the hadith says 70,000 angels. There is a house, there is another Kaaba above our Kaaba, which is called the Baytul Ma'mur, the frequented house. And if it should drop down from the sky, it would fall on top of our Kaaba. And 70,000 angels go there on a daily basis to make tawaf around that Kaaba, the Baytul Ma'mur. Anyway, the second virtue of Mecca is due to the dua of Abraham, Baqarah 126. And we did a dars here called the dua of Abraham. Anyway, Baqarah 126, that is the second virtue of Mecca. وَإِذْ قَالَ إِبْرَاهِيمُ رَبِّ اجْعَلْ هَذَا بَلَدًا آمِنًا وَارْزُقْ أَهْلَهُ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ مَنْ آمَنَ مِنْهُمْ بِاللَّهِ وَالْيَوْمِ الْآخِرِ. The dua of Abraham, Baqarah 126. And remember when Abraham said, my Lord, make this city, Mecca, a place of security and provide its people with fruits such as them who believe in Allah on the last day. So the other virtue of Mecca is that it's a place of security and safety. And Allah Ta'ala told the people of Quraysh, can't you see the other people around you, they are being snatched and killed, and you are living in safety and security. And even if you are from Mecca, by the virtue of you being from Mecca, you are protected and you are respected. And this is why Allah Ta'ala said, لِإِلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ الَّذِي أَطْعَمَهُم مِّن جُوعٍ وَآمَنَهُم مِّن خَوْفٍ. By the tradition of the Quraysh, إِلَافِ قُرَيْشٍ إِلَافِهِمْ رِحْلَةَ الشِّتَاءِ وَالصَّيْفِ. Your tradition is that you make 2 journeys a year, one to Yemen in the winter, and you go to Syria in the summertime for trade. And because you are from Mecca and you are Quraysh, people don't hijack your caravan and kill you and rob you of your caravan, rob you of your belongings. We protected you, we keep you safe from hunger and from fear. So if I keep you safe from hunger and fear, why are you so ungrateful to me, Allah? Why don't you worship me? That's why Allah said, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Let them worship the Lord of this house. Why are you so ungrateful? Allah, I protected you. By virtue of you being Quraysh, the most noble tribe on earth, the tribe of Ismail, the custodian of the Kaaba, and you are able to travel all the way to Yemen in the winter time, and you go to Syria in the summertime, and nobody hijack your caravan, kill you and steal your property. I give you security and I keep you free from hunger. I give you wealth. So why are you worshipping Lat, Uzza, Hubal, Manat? Why don't you worship me, Allah? What did Hubal do for you? It's just a piece of idol in the Kaaba. That's why Allah said, فَلْيَعْبُدُوا رَبَّ هَذَا الْبَيْتِ. Let them worship the Lord of this house. Why this hard-heartedness against Allah? Why this ungratefulness? Anyway, we will do the tafsir of this surah another day. Let's focus on the tafsir that we are now presently doing. That tafsir is for another time. The other virtue of Mecca is the place of tawaf, and it's the only legitimate place of tawaf. That's the third virtue. It's the place of tawaf. There are people who build Kaabas around the world and have people making tawaf. That is bid'ah. In Karbala, the Shiites build a Kaaba and people go there to make tawaf. That is bid'ah. And the Shiites have always wanted to replace Islam with their Islam. They want to use Islam to replace Islam. That is their plot. They want to use Islam to replace Islam. That's why they built a Kaaba in Karbala in Iraq for people to make tawaf around it. When I was on tour of Nigeria, there was a man who built a Kaaba in Nigeria and charged people $1 to make tawaf. And he was raking it in. All of these things are bid'ah. Makkah is a place of tawaf. If you make tawaf around anything else, you are doing bid'ah. Or you might even be doing shirk because you are legislating. Makkah is a place of salah. Because Makkah is a place of salah. The best salah you can perform is in Makkah, and that is point number 4. Baqarah 125. So in Baqarah 125, وَإِذْ جَعَلْنَا الْبَيْتِ مَثَابَةً لِلنَّاسِ وَأَمْنًا وَاتَّخِذُوا مِنْ مَقَامِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ مُصَلَّى. In Baqarah 125, Allah Ta'ala said, and remember, when we made the house a place of resort for mankind and a place of safety, and the Maqam Ibrahim was made a place for salah. And the first person to tell the Prophet to choose Maqam Ibrahim, the place where he stood to build the Kaaba as a musalla, it was Omar. And Allah revealed Baqarah 125 to agree with Omar. And there are at least 4 occasions in which Allah agreed with Omar. And the Prophet said, if there should be a prophet after me, it will be Omar. If there should be a prophet after me, it would have been Omar. Makkah is designated as the Holy Land. Makkah is designated as the Holy Land. Surah 27 verse 91. So in Surah 27 verse 91, Allah said, I have designated Makkah as the Holy Land. إِنَّمَا أُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَعْبُدَ رَبَّ هَذِهِ الْبَلْدَ الَّذِي حَرَّمَهَا وَلَهُ كُلُّ شَيْءٍ وَأُمِرْتُ أَنْ أَكُونَ مِنَ الْمُسْلِمِينَ. I, Muhammad, have been commanded only to worship the Lord of this city, Makkah, who has sanctified it and to whom belongs everything. So Allah said, I have sanctified Makkah. It is designated as a holy land. Number 6, Safa and Marwa was made sacred in Baqarah 158. Number 6, Safa and Marwa was made sacred. Number 7, if the angels should shake hands with anyone, Safa and Marwa was made sacred. Baqarah 158. If the angels should shake hands with anyone, they would shake hands with 3 people. That's number 7. The angels, if they should shake hands with anyone, it will be 3 people. The Mujahid, the man who treats his parents good, and the man or woman who is making tawaf around the Kaaba. The Mujahid and the person who looks after his parents, and the third, the one making tawaf. Authentic to 5, is this hadith sahih or is it weak? The hadith that was quoted, I think it's in Bukhari anyway. The 3 people, the Mujahid, the one who looks after his parents, and the one who makes tawaf. Number 8, Makkah is surrounded by 70,000 angels. Jazakallah khair for the info. It's surrounded by 70,000 angels. Makkah is surrounded by 70,000 angels. Number 9, the person who is making tawaf is diving in the mercy of Allah. This is found in the Muwatta of Imam Malik. As for the 70,000 angels, that is found in Ibn Majah. That hadith is found in Ibn Majah, that Makkah is surrounded by 70,000 angels. As for the other hadith, the one who makes tawaf is diving in the mercy of Allah. That hadith is found in the Muwatta of Imam Malik. The person who is making tawaf is diving in the mercy of Allah. Number 10, if you die in Mecca or Medina, you will be given the intercession of Muhammad on Judgment Day. If you die in Mecca or Medina, you'll be given Shafa'ah, intercession of Muhammad on Judgment Day. This hadith is found in At-Tirmidhi. When you die in Mecca, it's like dying in the 4th heaven. Okay, find the hadith. When you die in Mecca, it's like you die in the 4th heaven. To die in Mecca is like dying in paradise, to die in the 4th heaven. I think that hadith is found in Bukhari. To die in Mecca is like dying in the 4th heaven. When you walk in Mecca, each step you take, you get 70,000 ajr, reward. And did you find the hadith? When you die in Mecca, is like dying in the 4th heaven. Okay, we'll come back to that hadith. When you walk in Mecca, each step you take, you get 70,000 reward, ajr. Okay, shukran, you found the hadith. When you walk in Mecca, each time you take a step, you get 70,000 ajr. Okay, we continue the dars. To make tawaf is diving in the mercy of Allah. The next hadith, for each salah, virtue number 12. How many virtues did I tell you so far of Mecca? Number 10, number 11. What is number 11? Let me check my notes. Number 11, when you walk in Mecca, you get 70,000 blessings for each step. That's number 11. The person taking notes, when you walk in Mecca, for each step you get 70,000 ajr. That is number 11. When you walk in Mecca, when you take each step, you get 70,000 ajr. Number 12, for each salah in Mecca, you receive 100,000 salah. Each step you take. Okay, authentic 25, could you bring me the hadith after point number 11? Could you post the hadith again after the point, so that the notes can be properly formatted? Number 12, each salah you perform in Mecca is equal to 100,000 salah. Now you know why Allah swears by Mecca in Surah Wat-Tini wa Zaytun. Number 12, when you pray in Mecca, each salah you pray, you get 100,000 salah. If you pray one fajr, you get the barakah of praying 100,000 fajr. If you pray Isha, for example, or any salah, you get the barakah of praying 100,000 salah for one salah. While when you pray in Medina, you get the barakah of praying 1,000 salah. In Jerusalem, you get the barakah of praying 500 salah. Number 13, every time you kiss the black stone, you give your bay'ah to Allah. This hadith was collected by At-Tirmidhi and Ibn Majah. Number 13, every time you kiss the black stone, you give your bay'ah to Allah. Number 4, every time you kiss the black stone, you give your bay'ah to Allah. Okay, bring me the hadith. Whenever a person kisses the black stone, they give their bay'ah to Allah, collected by Ibn Majah and At-Tirmidhi. Number 14, nothing remains of Jannah except the black stone, the Muwatta of Imam Malik. Nothing remains of Jannah. Number 14, nothing remains of Jannah except the black stone. And this hadith is found in the Muwatta of Imam Malik. Number 15, the one who dies in between Mecca and Medina will be resurrected as the one who receives complete salvation. The Prophet said, if it is possible for anyone to die in any of the two holy cities, Mecca and Medina, let him die there, for I will be the first to intercede on his behalf on the day of judgment. The one who dies in between Mecca and Medina will be resurrected as the one who receives complete salvation. And that's number 15. Number 16, number 15, the one who dies in between Mecca and Medina will be like the one who receives complete salvation. Okay, authentic 25, bring me the hadith. Anyone who is able to die in the two holy places, Mecca or Medina, let him die there, because I will intercede for him on the day of judgment. This hadith was collected by Ahmad and Ibn Majah. Number 16, your love for, where's the hadith? Anyone who is able to die in Mecca or Medina, one of the two holy places, let him die there, because I will be the first to intercede on his behalf on the day of judgment. Collected by Ahmad and Ibn Majah. Number 16, your love for Zamzam is your freedom from hypocrisy. Where is the hadith? If you can die between Mecca and Medina, in Mecca or Medina, you should die there, because I will be the first to intercede for you. Your love for Zamzam is your freedom from hypocrisy. Number 17, when you live in Mecca, you become the neighbor of Allah, because your house is beside Allah's house. Number 17, when you live in the neighbor of Allah, because your house is beside His house. Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Number 18, to make intention to bring harm to Mecca, you already commit a sin. Number 18, to make your intention to bring harm to Mecca, already you commit a sin. That's number 18. Number 19, when you make your intention to bring harm to Mecca, you already commit a sin. To make intention to bring harm to Mecca, already you commit a sin. That's number 18. Number 19, the kuffar are not allowed to enter Mecca nor Medina. Number 19, the kuffar are not allowed to enter Mecca nor Medina. And Allah said, when the holy months elapse, kill the mushrikeen wherever you find them. The verse of the sword, Surah 9 verse 5, to purge Makkah of mushrikeen. The verse of the sword was revealed to purge Makkah of kuffar. When the holy months elapse, kill them wherever you find them, because they are not allowed to be in Mecca. Tawbah 5. The verse of the sword is Surah 9 verse 5. That is officially the verse of the sword. The verse of the sword. This is to purge Mecca. There is something I need to tell you about point number 16. Not 16. Just a minute. Yes, point number 16. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars classify the hadith as fabricated. The person taking notes. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars classify that hadith as fabricated. So don't quote it in front of others. The person taking notes. The love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars classify the hadith as fabricated. So don't go and quote it in front of others and embarrass yourself. Okay, tell them which hadith is classified fabricated. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. So tell them which hadith is fabricated. The love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy, so that they know which hadith I'm talking about. So specify the hadith. The love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars classify it as fabricated. Yes, love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars classify the hadith as fabricated. So don't go and quote it in front of others and embarrass yourself. Number 20, Mecca is our first Qibla. The chosen Qibla. Mecca, not the first Qibla. Mecca is our Qibla. Okay, have you found the hadith? Okay, let's see who narrated the hadith. I don't think the hadith is fabricated. It's Albani who said it's fabricated. I will never stop quoting it. I can quote it, you don't quote it. Let me quote it. It's Albani who said it's fabricated. I don't think it's fabricated. The word Qibla with Qaf. Okay, let's see what the hadith says. Suwaid ibn Sa'id reported, when the water of Zamzam was brought to Abdallah ibn Mubarak, I saw that he drank a little, then turned his face towards the Kaaba, supplicating Allah. Ibn Abi al-Mawali told us on the authority of Muhammad ibn Munkadir, who narrated from Jabir, that the Messenger of Allah said, the water of Zamzam is good for whatever one intends while drinking it. Okay, that part of the hadith is not fabricated. I intend to drink this water to spare myself from going thirsty on the day of judgment. Then he drank the rest of the water. No, this hadith is not fabricated. What about the hadith? Bring the fabricated hadith. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. I want to see who narrated the hadith, because Albani said it's fabricated. So the hadith that Albani said is fabricated, bring it, let me see who narrated the hadith, if you can find it. Drinking one's fill of Zamzam water is a sign of being free from hypocrisy. Albani said it's fabricated. Okay, but who narrated the hadith? Was it At-Tabarani? Is it At-Tabarani who narrated the hadith? Or was it Abu Na'im? I think it was either Abu Na'im or At-Tabarani. Anyway, the hadith was classified fabricated by Albani in his Silsila Hadith Da'ifa. I'm not finished with the virtues of Mecca. Let's continue the dars. Mecca is our Qibla. Baqarah 144, Allah said, wherever you are, turn your face to the Qibla, which is Mecca. Number 21, when you make Umrah in Ramadan, it's like making Hajj with the Prophet. Umrah in Ramadan is like making Hajj with the Prophet. Okay, let me see who narrated the hadith that Albani said is fabricated. At-Tadallu min ma Zamzam bara min nifaq mawdu' akhrajahu Azraq fi akhbar Makkah. Al-Azraqi, the person who narrated, who related the hadith, I've never heard of him. The isnad is mawdu'. Al-Waqidi said a kadhab, a liar, was found in the chain of transmitters. a liar was found in a chain of transmitters. The hadith narrated by Ibn Abbas min tariq ukhra da'ifa aydan. Okay, the hadith has another chain of transmitter which is da'if. So some say da'if, some say fabricated. Ibn Abbas narrated the hadith, wal hadith rawahu and Ibn Abbas min tariq ukhra. It should have been tariq akhar, not ukhra. Oh, min tariq wa ukhra da'ifuhu wa ukhra da'ifa. So it is classified da'if in some books. One of the signs of a munafiq is that they don't drink zamzam. Listen to the hadith. One of the signs of a munafiq is that they don't drink zamzam. Narrated Ibn Abbas, the Messenger of Allah said, the sign that differentiates between us and the hypocrites is that they do not drink it. They are filled from zamzam. Ibn Majah. Okay, this hadith of Ibn Majah from Ibn Abbas is classified da'if. Not fabricated, da'if. But in another chain of transmitters, a kadhab, a liar, was found in a chain of transmitter, and because of that, Albani said the hadith is fabricated. Because according to hadith literature, if you study the isnad of a hadith and a liar, a kadhab, was found in the chain of transmitter, you have no choice but to classify the hadith as fabricated. If a person with a weak memory was found in a chain of transmitter, you have to classify the hadith as weak. If a Shiite is found in a chain of transmitter, you have to classify the hadith as fabricated, because Shiites, they lie. If a Khawarij was found in the chain of transmitter, you have to classify the hadith as Sahih, because Bukhari collected hadith from Khawarij, because a Khawarij believes if you lie, you're a kafir. So because of that, every hadith that they narrate were authentic hadith, because Khawarij don't lie. They are the opposite of Shiites. I hope you understand. I think I'm digressing because I'm teaching you hadith literature. Did you know that many hadiths in Bukhari, Khawarij are found in the chain of transmitters, and Bukhari collected the hadith? Because why Bukhari collected the hadith from Khawarij? Because the Khawarij believe if you lie, you're a kafir. They will never lie. So their hadiths are always authentic, while the Shiites, their hadiths are always fabricated. I am a city of knowledge and Ali is the gate. That's a Shiite hadith and it's fabricated. They lie. Yet they have the audacity to say Allah is a liar. Shiites believe Allah is a liar. Oh, okay, bring me the hadith hujjah. I'm not finished explaining the virtues of Makkah. When you make Umrah in Ramadan, it's like making Hajj in the company of the Prophet. And this hadith, I think, is in Bukhari. Bring me the hadith. When you make Umrah in Ramadan, you get the barakah of making Hajj with the Prophet. I'm sure it's in Bukhari. The other merit of Makkah, when you make Hajj, all your sins are forgiven. Okay, shukran. Number 22, when you make Hajj, all your sins are forgiven. You are like a newborn babe. Al-Hajj al-Mabrur laysa lahu jazaa illa al-Jannah. An accepted Hajj has no reward except the paradise. Bring me that hadith. It's found in Bukhari as well. An accepted Hajj has no reward except the paradise. Number 23, those who die and did not make Hajj and they have no excuse not to make Hajj, they die the death of a Jew or a Christian. This hadith was collected by At-Tirmidhi and Al-Bazzar. Number 23, those who die and did not make Hajj and they can't give a good reason why they did not go for Hajj, they die the death of a Jew or a Christian. Number 24, when you make Hajj, you are the guest of Allah because you went to visit Allah's house. Those who die and did not make Hajj and do not have a good reason why they did not make Hajj, they die the death of a Jew or a Christian. Okay, shukran. Okay, bring me the hadith found in Al-Bazzar and At-Tirmidhi. Number 24, when you make Hajj, you are the guest of Allah because you are visiting Allah's house. Number 24, when you make Hajj, you become the guest of Allah because you are now visiting Allah's house. Number 25, when you make Hajj, you are the guest of Allah because you are visiting Allah's house. Number 25, when you make dua in 7 places, your dua will be accepted. When you go to Mecca and make dua in 7 different places, your dua will be accepted. The 7 places that you make dua, your dua will be accepted is: number 1, Maqam Ibrahim. The first place is Maqam Ibrahim. If you pray at Maqam Ibrahim, if you make a dua at Maqam Ibrahim, your dua will be accepted. The second of these 7 places, if you make a dua, your dua will be accepted when you go to Mecca, is by the black stone. The second place, by the black stone. Number 3, by the well of Zamzam. Number 4, by the hill of Safa. Okay, authentic 25 has to go, and somebody else will have to bring the Hujjah. Let me see who can bring the Hujjah. Who can bring the Hujjah? Authentic 34, mashallah, you're in our room, you have honored us with your presence. The Hujjah, who can bring the Hujjah? Could you please undot Karen so you can help to bring the Hujjah? Please undot Karen to help to bring the Hujjah. And when I quote a hadith, let's hope you can bring it fast so that I don't have to start yelling. Where is the hadith? Okay, Zabox, help her to bring the Hujjah. Among the authentic 34, you are in the room. I quoted a hadith and it is fabricated. When you love Zamzam, it's freedom from hypocrisy. Could you do a checkup on the hadith for me? Because according to my research, Albani said the hadith is fabricated. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Okay, as for the other hadith I quoted, if you die and did not make Hajj, you die the death of a Jew or a Christian. Some scholars said that hadith is da'if. So today I quoted a fabricated hadith and a da'if hadith. Love for Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Some scholars said that one is fabricated. But then the hadith in a different chain of transmitters found in Ibn Majah, coming from Ibn Abbas, they didn't say fabricated, they say da'if. As for the hadith, if you die and did not make Hajj, you die the death of a Jew or a Christian, that hadith is da'if. But I am allowed to quote a da'if hadith to you and use it to encourage you to go for Hajj. So even though the hadith is da'if, I am allowed to quote a da'if hadith to you and to encourage you to go for Hajj. The other place, to make dua at Safa. To make dua at Safa. Your dua will be accepted if you make it at Safa. That's number 4. Number 5, at Marwa. The hill of Safa. Number 5, the hill of Marwa. Number 5, Marwa. Number 6, in Mina. The valley of Mina. Number 6, number 3, number 4, Marwa. Number 6, Mina. And number 7, Mount Arafah. Number 6, Mina. Number 7, Arafah. The 7th and last, Arafah. If you make dua at these places, your dua will be accepted. Mount Arafah. Number 26, Muzdalifah was made a place of dhikr. Muzdalifah was made a place of dhikr. Number 27, the Dajjal cannot enter Mecca nor Medina. Muzdalifah was made a place of dhikr. Number 27, the Dajjal cannot enter Mecca nor Medina. Number 28, Jabal Nur is in Mecca, the place where the angel Gabriel came with the Quran. Jabal Nur, the mountain of light. Jabal Nur is in Mecca, where Allah revealed the Quran. That's where Allah revealed the Quran. Number 29, Jabal Rahmah is in Mecca, where the Prophet stood to give his final khutbah, the farewell khutbah, khutbah wada. Number 30, the Dajjal cannot. I've already mentioned the Dajjal, just a minute. Number 30, Allah swears by Mecca in Surah Balad and Surah Teen. Allah Ta'ala swears by Mecca in Surah Balad and Surah Teen. Could you please undot Zabox and Abdallah 8 to help with the notes? Abdullah 8 you can undot, and Zabox. And please keep them undotted. Abdullah 8, could you please help with the notes since your typing is fast? At least when you talk to me in PM, you'll type fast so you can help with the notes. Allah swears by Mecca in Surah Balad and Surah Teen. Okay, shukran. Number 31, people love and respect you when you live in Mecca. People love and respect you when you live in Mecca because of Dua Ibrahim. Dua Ibrahim is found in Surah 14 verse 37. People love and respect you when you live in Mecca because of the Dua of Ibrahim. We covered a dars called the Dua of Ibrahim in this room, and many people were absent. Why you were absent, I don't know, but you missed that dars. I don't mind repeating it. People love and respect you when you live in Mecca because of the Dua of Ibrahim found in Surah 14 verse 35. 37, did I say Surah 14 verse 37? You have 35 on the board? I hope I'm not making mistakes with my Quran. Is it 37? Yeah, you had me confused a while ago. I hope I'm not making mistakes with my Quran. Yes. So Allah Ta'ala said, Abraham said, Rabbana inni askantu min dhurriyati biwad ghayri dhi zar' in the baytik al-muharram Rabbana liyaqimu as-salah faj'al af'idatan min an-nas tahwi ilayhim warzuqhum min ath-thamarat la'allahum yashkurun. Listen to the dua of Abraham. Our Lord, I have settled some of my descendants in an uncultivated valley. Uncultivated valley. Meaning no river, no spring, nothing was there. Not a tree in sight. By your sacred house, our Lord, that they may establish this salah, so make hearts among the people inclined towards them and provide for them from the fruits that they might be grateful. So when you live in Mecca, you are loved and respected because of the dua of Abraham. Number 31, the other merit, there will be no famine in Mecca. That's the other merit, there will be no famine in Mecca. And that's 32. Why there will be no famine in Mecca? Because of the dua of Abraham. So, okay, Zabul ayah, Surah, or you can bring an ayah from Surah Baqarah. On different occasions, Abraham begged Allah to provide them with sustenance. Bring me Baqarah 126. Don't bring me the same ayah. Bring me Baqarah 126. And remember when Abraham said, My Lord, make this city a place of security and provide its people with fruits. Baqarah 126. It is impossible for Mecca to be stricken with famine because of the dua of Abraham. Number 33. Mecca is a sanctuary. There will be no bloodshed in Mecca. Mecca is a safe sanctuary. There will be no bloodshed in Mecca, and the evidence for that is Surah 29 verse 67. Bring me Surah 29 verse 67. Surah 29 verse 67. So Allah Ta'ala said, Awalam yaro anna ja'alna haraman aminan. Have they not seen that we have made Mecca a secure sanctuary, while men are being snatched away from all around them? People are being abducted and killed all from around you. Do you see that taking place in Mecca? Can't you see that we have made Mecca a safe sanctuary? These things don't take place in Mecca. Have they not seen that we have made Mecca a secure sanctuary, while men are being snatched away from around them? Then do they believe in batil? Why do you believe in batil, false gods, when I give you the security and make Mecca a sanctuary? So these are the many virtues of Mecca. The last virtue, Zamzam, is a cure for ailments. Zamzam is what you're drinking for. This hadith is not fabricated, but the first one I quoted was fabricated. That Zamzam is freedom from hypocrisy. Bring me the hadith which was brought previously by Authentic 35, that Zamzam is what you're drinking for. Zamzam is a cure. Today's tafsir might be long. I haven't finished explaining Surah Teen, Tafsir Surah Teen. I brought you the many merits of Mecca. We continue with the tafsir. Zamzam is a cure for ailments. Yes, and bring me the hadith which was brought by Authentic 35 to say Zamzam is a cure for ailments. In Surah Wat-Teen wa Zaytoon, Allah Ta'ala said, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. I swear by the fig and I swear by the olive. I swear by Mount Sinai, where I revealed the Torah to Musa. And I swear by Holy Mecca, and I've brought you the 33 virtues of Mecca. There is another hadith which I quoted that is classified as weak. I forgot to tell you. If the angels should shake hands with anyone, they would shake hands with 3 people. The Mujahid, the one who looks after his parents, and the one who's making tawaf around the Kaaba. That hadith is da'if as well. So Allah Ta'ala said, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ. I swear by the fig and I swear by the olive. I swear by Mount Sinai in Egypt where Allah revealed the Torah to Musa. And I swear by Holy Mecca, the city of safety and security. So safe is Mecca, Allah said to the people, have you not seen that we made Mecca a safe sanctuary? While people are being snatched away from around you, people are being abducted and killed all around you. And these things don't take place in Mecca because I've made it safe. So why then do you worship false God instead of worshiping me, Allah? Surah 29 verse 67. After Allah swear by the fig, the olive, Mount Sinai and Mecca, Allah swear by 4 things. What is the answer to this swearing? It's called Jawab al-Qasam. What is the Jawab? What is the answer to the swearing? The answer to the swearing is لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ التَّقْوِيمِ. We created man to be of our creation, the most perfect of our creation, the most handsome of our creation. Now this ayah, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ التَّقْوِيمِ, it coincides with another ayah, Surah 17 verse 17. So whenever the Shaykhs give the tafsir of Surah 10, they always bring this ayah because it coincides with the previous ayah. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ. And indeed we have honored the children of Adam, and we have carried them on land and the sea, and have provided them with tayyibat, lawful things, and have preferred them to many of those whom we have created with a marked preferment. And we have certainly honored the children of Adam and carried them in the land and in the sea, and provided for them of the good things and preferred them over much of what we have created with definite preference. Okay, I don't know which translation is this, but it's a good translation. With definite preference. And one of the ways that Allah honored Bani Adam, our father Adam was created by Allah with his 2 hands. Allah created the pen, the arsh with his hands, and paradise and Adam. Allah created 4 things with his 2 hands. One of them is Bani Adam, one of them is Adam. So in Surah 38 verse 75, Allah Ta'ala said, Ya Iblis ma mana'aka. O Iblis, what prevented you? And tasjud lima khalaqtu biyadayya. O Iblis, what is it that prevented you from bowing down to the one I created with my 2 hands? So Allah has 2 hands, but they don't resemble our hands, because nothing resembles Allah. And you are not allowed to say 2 hands means my 2 powers. It doesn't come like that in the Arabic language. So one of the ways that Allah honored man is that Allah created our father Adam with his 2 hands and told the angels to bow down to Adam. So for Allah to tell the angels to bow down to Adam, this is clear evidence that Allah Ta'ala has favored man over the rest of his creation. And Allah Ta'ala taught Adam the names of everything under the heavens. وَعَلَّمَ آدَمَ الْأَسْمَاءَ كُلَّهَا. Allah taught Adam the names of everything. And then Allah presented them to the angel and said, أَنْبِئُونِي بِأَسْمَائِهِمْ. Tell me the names of these things if you speak the truth. Because the angels, they used to say within themselves, we are the most learned of Allah's creation. And Allah Ta'ala, Allah knew what they were saying within themselves. They didn't say it with their, they didn't say it out. They didn't say it out. They kept it within themselves. We are the most learned of Allah's creation. So what Allah did, Allah said, وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين. You are saying within your bosoms, we are the most learned of Allah's creation. So what Allah did, He taught Adam the name of everything, and then told the angels to tell me the names of these things. If what you are saying within yourselves, in your heart, if it is the truth, tell me the names of these things. I quoted Baqarah verse 31. Baqarah 31. قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. They, the angels, said, glorified are you. We have no knowledge except what you have taught us. Verily, it is you. You are the all-knowing, the all-wise. And Allah told Adam to tell the angels their names. قال يا آدم أنبئهم بأسمائهم. Tell them the names. And when he had informed them of their names, he said, did I not tell you? I know the ghaib, the unseen. The ghaib of the heavens and the earth. I know what you reveal and I know what you conceal. I know what you are saying within yourselves. You are saying, you the angels were saying, we are the most learned of Allah's creation. This is why I gave you the test. I taught Adam the names of everything, things that you did not know. And after Adam was able to pass the test, Allah said, وَقُلْنَا يَا آدَمْ أُسْكُنْ. And Allah said, وَإِذْ قَالَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ أُسْجُدُوا لِآدَمْ. Allah said, bow down to Adam. Since he was able to pass the test, bow down to Adam. And they all bowed down except Iblis. Iblis was not an angel, he was a jinn. Therefore, do not follow the aqidah of the Mu'tazilites who believe Iblis was an angel. So when Allah Ta'ala said, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ السَّافِلِينَ. Verily, we have created man to be the most noble of our creation. We have created man to be the most perfect of our creation, the most handsome of our creation. Therefore, man is my masterpiece. Have you ever been to a museum and they have a masterpiece hanging on the wall? And that masterpiece was painted by Picasso. A painting which was painted by Picasso is called a masterpiece, and it can fetch $100 million at the auction because it was painted by Picasso. And they hang the painting, and the person who buys the painting, the masterpiece, he can't reveal his location or his name because people will rob his house and kill him for the masterpiece. When they hang a masterpiece in a museum, they hang it behind a glass case, and they have sensors. So if a person should go close to the masterpiece, it triggers off an alarm, and then the security in the museum will rush to that scene to see who is trying to steal our masterpiece, because this masterpiece cost $100 million on the market, at the auction. So people are very, very protective about their masterpiece. What Allah is saying to you in Surah Teen, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ, verily man is my masterpiece. From all my creation, the sun, the moon, the stars, the birds in the air, the animals that walk around, some of them on all fours, some on two, all the animals in the sea, the shark, the whale, the dolphin, whatever creation you can think of, a horse. And we are going to do the tafsir of Surah Adiyat that talks about the horse soon, inshallah. From all the creation that you are mesmerized by, you are mesmerized by my creation. Some of you are mesmerized by Mount Everest. You climb Mount Everest. Some of you are mesmerized by the sun. You worship the sun. Some of you are mesmerized by the horse. You are horse lovers. You are mesmerized by different creations of mine. You are so mesmerized by the sun and the moon. Allah told you, don't worship the sun and the moon. Surah Fussilat, verse 37. I think that's the ayah. Surah Fussilat. You are so mesmerized by the sun. Allah had to tell you, don't worship the sun. Some people are sun lovers, and they are sun worshippers. They can't wait for summer to come to worship the sun. So Allah Ta'ala said, وَمِنْ آيَاتِهِ اللَّيْلُ وَالنَّهَارُ وَالشَّمْسُ وَالْقَمَرُ لَا تَسْجُدُوا لِلشَّمْسِ وَلَا لِلْقَمَرِ وَاسْجُدُوا لِلَّهِ الَّذِي خَلَقَهُنْ إِن كُنْتُمْ إِيَّاهُ تَعْبُدُونَ. And among the wonderful and marvelous signs of Allah is the night and the day. The night you use it to take rest, the day you use it to earn your livelihood. And the sun and the moon, do not prostrate to the sun or the moon, but prostrate to Allah who created them, if it should be Him that you worship. You are mesmerized by different creations of Allah. But Allah is saying, even though you are mesmerized by different creations of mine, man is my masterpiece. Man is the most handsome of my creation, the most noble of my creation. And whenever the Shaykhs gave the tafsir of this surah, they always quote Surah 17, verse 70. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. Indeed, we have honored the children of Adam. And if a man is not a masterpiece, it becomes impossible for him to find a wife. Have you heard about the elephant man? This man was so ugly, the British did documentaries about him. Even if you Google him and look at him, you'll be shocked to see how ugly he is. You have to quickly change the computer page. The elephant man. If you Google him and look at his face, you'll be so shocked. Not even if he was rich like Bill Gates, still no woman could marry him and live with him. That's how ugly he was. Even if he was rich like Bill Gates or the Sultanate of Brunei, no woman in the world can marry him and live with him. He was so ugly. A woman will have a heart attack and die to live with somebody like that. And in the documentary, they said he lived with no wife and no kids. Why it became impossible for him to leave kids behind? Because he was not a masterpiece. Allah said, man is my masterpiece, the most noble of my creation. And this ayah is used to refute the theory of Darwinism, that we evolved from monkey. And because of that, my Shaykh, Abdurrahman al-Barraq from Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, made takfir on the son of Suhaib al-Hassan, who is preaching Darwinism in the masjid in London in Leytonstone. Why takfir was made on him? Because he went against all the verses of the Quran that says Allah created man in the best form. Allah gave Adam his own form. Adam didn't evolve from monkeys. The monkey is not the masterpiece, man is the masterpiece. Allah said, وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ وَطُورِ سِينِينَ وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ أَنَا فِي أَحْسَنِ التَّقْوِيمِ ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. I swear by the fig and I swear by the olive. I swear by Mount Sinai in Egypt, and I swear by Holy Mecca, the city of safety and security. Verily, we have created man to be the most handsome of our creation, the most noble of our creation, the most perfect of our creation, because man is my masterpiece. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ. So, whenever a woman wants to marry a man, she is not allowed to marry the man unless there is chemistry. So, when the wife of Thabit bin Qais came to the Prophet and said, I don't find any fault with my husband in regards to his character or his deen, but I hate kufr. I don't find him attractive. The Prophet did not force her to live with him. In other words, this woman, she didn't see her husband as the masterpiece. So living with him is impossible. The Prophet did not say, try to make it work. The Prophet was wise. What the Prophet said to the husband, أقبل الحديقة وتطلقها تطليقا. Take back your garden that you gave her as the dowry and give her one divorce. And this chapter is called the Bab of Khula. A woman divorcing her husband because there is no chemistry. In her eyes, he is simple, not the masterpiece. And you are not allowed to marry without chemistry. And because the Prophet knew the importance of chemistry, he said to the man, take back your garden that you gave her as a dowry and separate from her, give her one divorce. Aqbil al-hadiqa wa tutalliqaha tatliqa. The wife of Thabit bin Qais. So Allah Ta'ala has created man to be the most noble of his creation. And from among men, Allah told you who are the best of his creation for you to keep company with. So after Allah told you that man is the most noble of his creation, Allah instructed you who to keep company with. So don't try to marry a person just because of handsomeness. Look at the character. Surah Nisa verse 69. Who are you supposed to keep company with? Nisa 69. وَمَنْ يُطِعْ اللَّهَ وَالرَّسُولَ فَأُولَٰئِكَ مَعَ الَّذِينَ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِمْ من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين وحسن أولئك رفيقا. Allah Ta'ala told you who in Surah Nisa verse 69 to keep company with. And whosoever obeys Allah and the Messenger, and then they will be in the company of those whom Allah has bestowed His grace, His favors, His blessings, of the prophets, the Siddiqun, the true followers of the prophets, who were foremost in supporting the Prophet, like Abu Bakr Siddiq, the Shuhada, those who sacrificed their lives on the battlefield for the sake of Allah, the righteous, and how excellent these companions are. وَحَسُنَ أُولَٰئِكَ رَفِيقًا. So Allah said, after I've made man the most noble of my creation, Allah said what? ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ السَّافِلِينَ. Then we reduce him to the lowest of the low. What is the tafsir? We reduce him to the lowest of the low. There are two tafsirs for this ayah. One, we reduce him to the lowest of the low after he became the peak of our creation, meaning he became senile, old and weak. When he became old, senile, when he had breakfast at midday, 12 o'clock, he can't even remember what he had for breakfast. He became senile, he became old, he became weak, he became impotent. He might love women when he's 90 years old, but he has no use for women. He became impotent. He became senile. He can't remember anything. Could you please undock Zabak's authentic 12 or authentic 2? And Allah Ta'ala told you in Surah Yasin verse 68, when we give you long life, we make you become a baby again. What Allah said in Surah Yasin verse 68. If we give you long life and make you live until you're 90, 95, 100 years old, we make you become a baby again. You mess up on yourself, just like you were a baby at age 1 year old. Surah Yasin verse 68. Surah Yasin verse 68. وَمَن نُعَمِّرْهُ نُنَقِّسُ فِي الْخَلْقِ أَفَلَا يَعْقِلُونَ. Where is the ayah I'm quoting? Why is it taking so long? Surah Yasin verse 60. And he whom we grant long life, we reverse him in creation weakness. Will they not understand? Whenever we make you live for a long time, we reduce you and make you become a baby again. And Mike, can you hear me? Okay, where is the ayah I'm quoting? Yasin. Why is it taking so long to bring the ayah? Yasin 68. Have your computers frozen? That is the first tafsir. Could somebody else bring the ayah? Okay, Karen, bring the ayah. The other person, her computer or his computer frozen. The first tafsir is, where is the ayah? Why is it taking so long to bring the ayah? Subhanallah. Yasin 68. Why nobody is helping Zabox to bring the ayah? The first tafsir, we reduce man to the lowest of the low. They are talking about a physical lowness. And that is when you become old and senile and impotent. And at this stage, you become a baby again. You mess up on yourself like when you were a 1 year old baby. The second tafsir, you become the lowest of the low. Lowest of the low, You dabble in degeneracy and debauchery. You become a low-life scum of the earth, even beneath the level of the animals. That is the second tafsir. The second tafsir, you become the lowest of the low. You become a low-life scum of the earth because of your sins. And those who give this tafsir, their evidence is Surah Furqan, verse 44. Surah Furqan, verse 44. Inhum ila kal an'am balhum adal sabila. Surah 25, verse 44. Allah said they are like the cattle. Then Allah said no, they are beneath the level of the cattle. Inhum ila kal an'am balhum adal sabila. That is the evidence of the scholars who say when Allah said we reduce you to the lowest of the low, it's not the physical. They didn't give a physical tafsir. You become senile, you become impotent, you become a baby again, messing up on yourself. Can you imagine a person who is 100 years old messing up on himself? In Europe, people don't like old people. Dr. Hal Shipman killed 500 old people with lethal injection. A Jewish doctor. He killed over 500 of his patients. And there was no outcry when he killed those people. People were happy he was killing them. I was living in the UK when Dr. Shipman killed 500 of his patients. I didn't see any outcry. Everybody was happy he was killing them. Because when people become old, it's difficult to look after them. And Europe is a very evil society. They are materialists. That's the name of the doctor, Dr. Harold Shipman. He killed 500 of his patients. And every time he killed an old woman, he gave the jewelry to his wife. According to the newspaper. Every time he killed an old woman, he gave the jewelry to his wife. There was no outcry. Because when people become old, it's difficult to look after them. Everybody was happy that he was killing them so that they can inherit their property, their houses. So the first tafsir says it's a physical. When Allah said we reduce man to the lowest of the low, the first tafsir, he became physically weak, impotent. Sometimes he became blind, senile. So after he was in his 30s at his peak, when he's 90, he becomes old, he becomes a baby again. The second tafsir, when Allah said we reduce man to the lowest of the low, lowest of the low means he becomes a low-life scum of the earth because of his sins. That is the second tafsir. Look at a gay. A gay is lower than the animals. Animals reproduce because they are not gays. Now the gay will say we found gay behavior in the whales and in sheep and dogs. When they killed the sheep that was mounting the male sheep, a male mount a male, they found that the sheep was brain damaged. Therefore, homosexuality is a sickness that should be treated. It's a sickness that should be treated. And even in their own Bible, homosexuality was condemned. A lesbian, a homosexual, is lower than the animals. An atheist is lower than the animals. Because all the animals worship Allah. Allah said, Sabbaha lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. Everything in the heavens and everything on earth worships Allah. Surah 61, the first ayah. When the bird went to Sulaiman, what did the bird say? The bird said that I found the people in Yemen worshipping the sun instead of Allah. And it was the shaitan who caused them to worship the sun instead of Allah. Even the bird knows that the shaitan led people astray from Tawheed. So for you to be a man worshipping the sun instead of Allah, and then a bird complain about your pathetic state, this means you are the lowest of the low. Surah 27 verse 24, وَجَدْتُهَا وَقَوْمَهَا يَسْجُدُونَ لِلشَّمْسِ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ وَزَيَّنَ لَهُمْ الشَّيْطَانُ أَعْمَالَهُمْ فَصَدَّهُمْ عَنِ السَّبِيلِ فَهُمْ لَا يَهْتَدُونَ. Surah 27 verse 24. I found her and her people worshipping the sun instead of Allah, and the shaitan has made their evil deeds fear seeming to them, and the shaitan has barred them from Allah's way, the path of Allah, and they have no guidance. For a bird to complain about you to Sulaiman and told Sulaiman that the shaitan has made your evil deeds fear seeming to you, and the shaitan took you away from Tawheed because you are worshipping the sun, not Allah. For a bird to complain about your miserable, appalling, and pathetic state, this is clear evidence that you are asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. And for you to be a Hindu worshipping a penis. In India, the Hindus, they worship the penis, and they drink their own urine. They don't worship Allah. They drink their own urine and worship a penis. This means you are what? Asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. And for you in Denmark and you in France, you allow men to have sex with their daughters, claiming that they are consenting adults. And you in America, you allow bestiality and homosexuality in your army. And you in Denmark, you open animal brothels. A man can go to a brothel and have sex with any animal he chooses. Just pay the money. In Denmark, for you to behave like this, you, the kuffar, it's clear evidence that you are what? Asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. You are nothing but asfala safilin. And Allah warned us about the kuffar in Surah Muhammad verse 12. Surah Muhammad verse 12. What did Allah say in Surah Muhammad verse 12? وَالَّذِينَ كَفْرُوا يَتَمَتَّعُونَ وَيَأْكُلُونَ كَمَا تَأْكُلُ الْأَنْعَامُ وَالنَّارُ مَثْوَى لَهُمْ. Those who disbelieve enjoy themselves. يَتَمَتَّعُونَ. Surah Muhammad verse 12. Those who disbelieve, they enjoy themselves. And they eat like the cattle eat, and the fire is waiting for them. It's their abode. Allah uses the word yatamatta, and that means to indulge in pleasures of the flesh. And these kafirs, they want to yatamatta, indulge in pleasures of the flesh. So they have sex with men and women, bisexual, because they are what? Asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. All these are clear evidences. For you to make an idol with your own two hands. You make an idol with your own two hands, from clay or from wood, and then you pray to that idol. You the Hindu, you the Buddhist, you make an idol with your own two hands and then pray to the idol. This means you are nothing but the lowest of the low, because you pray to something that can't benefit you nor harm you. This is why. Look at the society you are living in. The world has become a habitation of devils. The world has become a habitation of devils. They allow homosexuality, lesbianism, they allow incest, they allow bestiality, they even open animal brothels. And these kuffar, they worship idols, not Allah. They allow incest, and because of that, Allah Ta'ala said, ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُمْ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ. We reduce man to the lowest of the low, beneath the level of the animals, like Allah told you in Surah Furqan, verse 44, إِنْهُمْ إِلَّا كَالْأَنْعَامِ بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ سَبِيلًا. Then Allah said in Surah Wat-Tin wa Zaytun, the only people who are not the lowest of the low are those who believe and work righteous deeds. Believe in what? Believe in Allah, His angels, His books. They believe in His prophets and messengers. To believe in Judgment Day and to believe in Qadr. The 6 pillars of Iman. Only those who believe and work righteous deeds, they are not the lowest of the low. They are exempt from being the lowest of the low. They are exempt from being the low-life scums of the earth. And these kuffar who are the lowest of the low, they envy you. You think people only envy beauty and education and money and cars and houses and designer clothing? Is that what you think? That's a mistake from you. People only envy dunya? That's not the case. Haven't you read Baqarah 109? Haven't you read Baqarah 109? وَدَّ كَثِيرٌ مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ لَوْ يَرُدُّونَكُم مِّن بَعْدِ إِيمَانِكُمْ كُفَّارًا حَسَدًا مِّنْ عِندِ أَنفُسِهِمْ. Many of the people of the book, Jews and Christians, wish that you turn apostate from your deen as disbelievers after you believe. Why? Out of envy from themselves. It doesn't get clearer than that. These kuffar, they are the lowest of the low, and they know it. And because they envy you for your deen, they ban the minaret in Switzerland, they ban the hijab in France, they ban the niqab in Belgium, They want to ban circumcision in many European countries. They want to ban halal meat. They want to ban everything which is Islamic, because they envy you for your deen. And why did they envy you for your deen? Because they are asfala safilin, the lowest of the low. That is why they envy you. You don't need to read kafir psychology books. Well, I read those books because I was in university and they made us study it. The Quran is the greatest book of psychology. The Quran is the greatest book of psychology, sociology, psychiatry, anthropology. Because Allah said, Ma farratna fil kitab min shay. We didn't leave anything out of this book. The Quran is the greatest book of psychology, sociology, psychiatry, anthropology. Why? Because Allah said, Ma farratna fil kitab min shay. Surah 6 verse 38, we didn't leave anything out of this book. Ma farratna fil kitab min shay. We didn't leave anything out of this book. So Allah said the only people who are not low-life scums of the earth are those who believe and work righteous deeds. Because when you are on deen, practicing your deen, because of your taqwa, and you abstain from haram, you did not dabble in drinking alcohol, fornicating, committing adultery, homosexuality, lesbianism, gambling in casino, snorting crack cocaine, bestiality, and so on and so forth, incest. Because you did not dabble in haram, you are not a low-life scum of the earth, you are not the lowest of the low, you are exempt from being asfala safilin. So Allah said, إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ. And because you did not dabble in haram, and you are not a low-life scum of the earth, you have ajr, a reward which is never ending, and that reward is the paradise. فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ. And what make man reject me, Allah, and reject judgment day? How can you reject Allah and the judgment day? فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ. أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ. Isn't Allah the best of judges? The last ayah of Surah 10 is talking about Tawheed Hakimiyya. The last ayah of Surah 10 is talking about what? Tawheed Hakimiyya. Therefore, there are 4 Tawheeds. There are 4 branches of Tawheed. And if you deny one of these branches, you're a Zindiq. And if you slide one Tawheed under the other, still you're a Zindiq. Because you can write a book on each Tawheed. Prophet Yusuf, when he was in prison in Egypt, he taught the inmates 4 branches of Tawheed. These 4 branches of Tawheed are found in Surah Fatiha, Ayatul Kursi, and found in Surah Yusuf. Allah said, Alaysa Allahu bi-ahkamil hakimin. Isn't Allah the best of judges? This ayah is similar to Ayah 42 verse 21. Surah 42 verse 21. Or have they partners with Allah, false gods, who have instituted for them a religion which Allah has not allowed? Now, can you find me a translation that says legislated for them a religion? Instituted, I don't mind that word, but the word Allah used is legislated for them a religion. The word instituted is too mild. This is why I don't like people translating the Quran for me. I have to translate it myself. Because not every translator of the Quran is sincere. أَمْ لَهُمْ شُرَكَاء شَرَعُوا لَهُمْ مِنَ الدِّينِ مَا لَمْ يَأْذَنْ بِهِ اللَّهِ. Do they have partners, false gods? Do they have partners, false gods, who have legislated for them a religion other than a religion that Allah didn't allow? Lawful for them a religion that Allah allowed not. Okay, this is a better translation from Pictal, the white Muslim, the white revert from the UK. But one day an admin brought me a translation that says legislated for them. Legislated for them a religion that Allah did not allow. Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin. Isn't Allah the best of judges? Is equal to Surah 18 verse 26. Surah 18 verse 26. It's a long ayah. I only want the piece I want. What did Allah say? وَلَا يُشْرِكْ فِي حُكْمِهِ أَحَدًا. And He makes none to share in His decision and His rule. That is Tawheed Hakimiyya. Bring me the ayah again and take out the piece I want. and he makes none to share with him in his decision and his rule. Surah 18 verse 26. Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin is equal to the ayah Surah 7 verse 54. Lahul khalq wal amr. Allah creates you, therefore He commands you. Surah 7 verse 54. Allah Ta'ala creates you, therefore He commands you. Ala lahu al khalq wal amr. Tabarakallah Rabbul Alameen. Surely His is the creation and the commandment. Blessed be Allah, the Lord of the Alameen. Okay, yes, that is a piece of the ayah I'm interested in. He is the creator, therefore He is the commander. That is Tawhid Hakimiyya. And for you to see that to dismantle the Sharia is a minor kufr, if you see that, your aqidah is kufr. Because Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah said it is known of the religion of Islam by necessity, and it is the ijma of all the Muslims that whosoever dismantles the Sharia is a kafir. Okay, bring me the fatwa of Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah for those of you with the hadith files. Both Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah said it is a ijma of the Muslims. It is known of Islam by necessity, and it is the ijma of the Muslims that if you dismantle the Sharia, you're a kafir. So for you to see to dismantle the Sharia is a minor kufr, it means you don't believe in Surah 10 where Allah said, Alaysa Allahu bi ahkamil hakimin, and this is the aqidah of the madkhalis. May the curse of Allah be upon them. May Allah guide the sincere ones from among them, and may Allah break the back of those who refuse to come to the ijma of the ummah. So whosoever abandons the wise Sharia which was revealed upon Muhammad, listen to Ibn Kathir. Listen to Ibn Kathir. So whosoever abandons the wise Sharia which was revealed upon Muhammad, Ibn Abdallah, the seal of the prophets, and goes to other abrogated Sharia for judgment, he becomes a kafir. So how about the one who goes to Al-Yasik, the Bible of the Tatars, the Bible of Genghis Khan, for judgment, and gives it precedence over the Sharia of Muhammad? Whosoever does this has become a kafir by the ijma of the Muslims. By the ijma of the Muslims. By the ijma of the Muslims. So those who go against this ijma, like the Saudi Salafis, may the curse of Allah be upon them, they do not belong to our ummah. If you go against our ijma, you don't belong to our ummah. Listen to Ibn Taymiyyah. And it is known from the religion of Islam by necessity and by the consensus of all Muslims. He didn't say the scholars, he said all Muslims, that whosoever legalizes to follow other than the religion of Islam or a Sharia other than the Sharia of Muhammad, he is a kafir, and his kufr is similar to that of the one who believes in some part of the book and rejects faith in other parts of the book. And when you preach that to dismantle the Sharia is a minor kufr, you are claiming that when Allah turned the Jews into apes and swine in Ma'idah 60, Allah was overreacting. You, the Saudi Salafi, the Madkhali, may the curse of Allah be upon you. When you preach that to dismantle the Sharia is a minor kufr, you are accusing Allah of turning the Jews into apes and swine in Ma'idah 60. You are saying Allah was overreacting. That's how evil and venomous and toxic your aqidah is. Your aqidah is so toxic, it goes against the ijma of the Muslims. Brothers and sisters in Islam, this is the tafsir of Surah 10. I'll now pause and take 3 questions in regards to the dars you've just heard. I'll pause and take 3 questions. I hope somebody recorded the dars, because every time I give speeches, people let me down in the recording. I give about 500 speeches in the UK and only about 200 were recorded. Others, they let me down. I don't want history to repeat itself. Somebody recorded it, but did the person come from the beginning till the end? And many times I would give speech, somebody said I only record half of it, I had to leave. That's the common excuse. Okay, Jazakallah khairan. I'm taking 3 questions. No questions? Okay, Jazakallah khairan. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. I'd like to thank Authentic 32 for the notes. I'd like to thank 5, he's not here, for helping with the dars. Jazakallah khairan. I'd like to thank our sister Abdallah 8 for bringing the hujjah. Abdullah, you need the hadith files to be able to bring the hadith hujjah. So please ask someone for the hadith files so that you'll be able to bring the hadith hujjah. And please don't take long in finding the hadith, so that I don't need to start yelling, where is the hadith? So ask somebody for the hadith files so that you'll be able to bring the hadith hujjah, not just the Quranic hujjah, and the fatwa of the classical scholars, like how Zabaks was able to bring the fatwa of Ibn Kathir and Ibn Taymiyyah. As soon as I asked for it, within seconds, it was on the board. That's what I want to see. So please ask someone for the hadith files and the fatwa of the classical scholars so that you'll be able to be quick in bringing the hujjah. So when I ask for the hujjah, I don't have to start yelling, where is the hujjah? The question, have you heard of a sheikh in Nigeria who asked the people to pay him so that he can make dua for them? It's not just in Nigeria. I don't know the name of the sheikh, but it's not just in Nigeria that takes place. It's all over the world. In which sheikh said, I will read it over your one who was possessed by the jinn and you pay me. Well, that is not haram. The scholars did not say that it's haram. But to charge for dua, that is a bid'ah. Or to build a fake Kaaba and charge to make tawaf around it. People like to use religion to make money, and that is very bad what they're doing. So I don't know the name of a sheikh in Nigeria who charges people to make a dua for them. But it happens all over the world. To teach somebody how to recite the Quran and charge them, that's not haram, because the scholar said a woman was given in marriage to a man and the dowry was for him to teach her the Quran. So Imam Shafi used this hadith to say you can charge a fee for teaching a group of people how to recite the Quran, because the Prophet gave a woman in marriage to a man and the dowry was for him to teach her what he knows of the Quran. That was the one and only question. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. I will now yield the mic.